Alright, so let's talk a little bit about poop. It's time to talk about poop. Good digestion, poor digestion. How does it differ? And a little bit about my experience pooping in the past as opposed to how it is for me now. Alright, so let me give you a little background first. I've been pooping for 31 years. I have a lot of experience in that area. So do most people. And I remember in the past, when I was eating a standard diet, so to speak, with a lot of meat, dairy, eggs, grains, all kinds of foods, really. Going to the toilet was not only an ordeal because it was, I was always somewhat constipated. So I would only go to the toilet maybe every 2 days or something like that, maybe even every 3 days sometimes. Not really good. It would take time. It would require a lot of pushing. It was not necessarily easy. And the worst thing about it was that it stank. Holy shit. Pun intended. It was so bad. Like, I used to tell people that, there's a quarantine time on the toilet after I've been there. Like, I had to tell, my family members that, stay away from the toilet for another hour because I was just in there and it's not good. It was terrible. And I was reminded about that today because there are these, workers. They're working on the house next to us. And they needed a toilet to go to, and we have a toilet here, obviously. So one of the guys came in here and went to the toilet. And when he was done, it was just like, oh my god, it stinks so bad in there. I had to open the window and start the fan, close the door, and it was still, even the rest of the house sort of had this, terrible smell to it. And I was reminded how meat eaters, or just standard eaters, the poop just smells so bad. I mean, and no wonder. I mean, if you take a dead animal, dead animal parts, and you put it in, or milk or anything like that, or both, put it in a dark container, humid, full of bacteria, warm for like 2 days, it's bound to rot and create a terrible stench. So, no wonder it stinks. Anyway, now though, let's get into now because, for the last 6 years I've been eating a fruit-based diet. I've been eating, at times, only fruit, at times a little bit of cooked foods like I am now, cooked sweet potatoes for the most part. Super clean diet, obviously. And I have to say, and this is actually true. This is true. My shit don't stink. It's true. Like, literally, it does not even smell. Like, there is no smell to it whatsoever, almost. Seriously, I've tested it even. I've had people, I've asked them, hey, can you go into the toilet? Tell me honestly, does it smell anything? Does it smell bad at all? And they go like, no, it certainly doesn't smell bad. It smells nothing at all. No smell. So that's a pretty huge step. My poop used to stink. Now it smells like nothing. There are really two sort of different elements to whether or not your poop will stink. There's the foods you're eating, and then there's the transit time. So for example, I'm eating clean foods, no animal products, nothing like that. So as long as I have good digestion, as long as things are flowing through me efficiently, and I go to poop, at least once a day, usually twice, everything's flowing well, no smell at all, okay? Sometimes though, my digestion slows down a little bit, it just gets a little bit slow, and those situations, there is a certain smell to it, but it's not really a bad, it's not a stench at all. It's just when the food matter stays inside the system for a little bit longer, the bacteria work on it a little bit more. It sort of breaks down, and the decomposition goes a little bit further. That's when you get a little bit of a smell to it, when you're just ever so slightly constipated. So if you're very constipated, even on a clean diet, your poop will smell bad, but not a stench kind of smell. Just it'll smell something. Whereas if you have fast digestion, optimal digestion, there will be no smell at all. Especially if you're eating all fruit, there's just no smell whatsoever. The other thing was the foods you're eating. What are you eating? Because even if you're eating vegan diet, if you're eating a lot of garlic and onion and various things that have a strong smell to it, well, then obviously your poop is going to smell as well. Not necessarily in a good way, but especially if you're eating animal products, because they just tend to break down into very toxic compounds. I mean, think about it. Horse poop, sheep poop. Does it smell all that bad? No, not really. It's not even really disgusting. It's just grass. It's just there's a smell to it, but it's not nasty or anything like that. And then you think about dog poop, or generally carnivores. They eat meat, and it really, really, really stinks. Maybe it's just to our nose though, because we're not natural meat eaters, so we have a repulsive kind of response when we smell decaying animal flesh. I mean, we're not attracted to dead carcasses. We don't want to eat dead animal flesh, whereas a dog wants to eat dead animal flesh. So we're a species. As a species, we don't really enjoy that smell. So anyway, depending on what you're eating, if you're eating a vegan diet, clean, fruit-based, whole food vegan diet without, onion and garlic and stuff like that, and you've got good flowing digestion, chances are your poop will not smell. Just like mine, no smell at all. Clean, my shit don't stink. So that's my poop. How often do I poop? As I said, maybe once or twice usually, or sometimes even 3 times a day. That doesn't mean it's runny or anything. Some people think, oh, you got diarrhea or something from all that fruit. No. It's firm, it's fine, it's easy. But it's flowing. There's the transit time of my digestion is fairly fast because these foods are easy to digest. There's a lot of water content in them, keeping them moist, and then of course there's a lot of fiber. Fiber keeps things flowing. When you're on a fiberless diet, like animal products, they don't have any fiber whatsoever. So when you're eating a lot of animal products, you're lacking fiber, and that's stopping the flow. So you're getting a double problem when you're eating animal products. Not only does it lack fiber, so things move slowly, but it's also going to break down and create a lot of compounds that really stink. So that combination does not make for a good toilet experience. At the end there, I just want to also say that when I go to the toilet nowadays, it is an easy affair. I sit down, I poop, it's done, it's over with within 5 seconds. Literally, it's just like, bam, done. Clean. That's it. Whereas in the past, I was sitting at the toilet for like half an hour sometimes, sort of pushing a little more, so constipated, sometimes painful as well. It was just no way to live. Pooping should be like, bam, done, easy, painless, effortless. And then again later, usually depending on how many meals you eat, because when you're eating a meal, you initiate the peristaltic movements, the movements of the movements of the intestines rather, and that sort of moves everything down, including the colon. So eating typically leads to pooping. So I often eat breakfast and then I poop about half an hour later. I eat lunch and then sometimes I poop half an hour later. Not always with dinner though, but you get into a rhythm basically. So good digestion, good pooping is all about eating the right foods, the clean foods, full of fiber, full of water, easily digestible, fruits, and to a lesser degree vegetables. Avoiding those nasty dead animals and their milk and that sort of thing. And then just, being active, staying hydrated, all these things matter. But that's all for today. I just wanted to say my shit don't stink. Let me know in the comments if your shit stinks, or why you think it stinks if it does, or why you think it doesn't stink if it doesn't. if you're interested in sort of improving your digestion maybe, remember I'm always available for private coaching. You can sign up for that on our website, sweetnaturalliving.com. We can do a poop coaching. I'm a poop coach, or something like that. Or you can also check out some of the books we have there, as well as plenty of articles and an FAQ about common questions. So thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. Keep pooping clean and have an awesome life.